Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am the Twisted Jedi, and today we finally get patch 1.2 and it is going live as we speak. PC is already live, PS4 will be up in about 10 minutes, and Xbox will be up soon as well. But by the time you all are watching this video, we'll all be well on our way playing patch 1.2. Now, the community manager Sledgehammer70 for Battlefront 2 has posted the full patch notes, so I'm going to go over the more important stuff instead of reading absolutely all of it. Otherwise, this video would go for 20 plus minutes. So I'm just going to try and keep it as short as possible, tell you the hero changes, infantry changes, the bug fixes, and just the basic stuff that we really want to know. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite thing in this change will be. And also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Anyways, here comes the message from Sledgehammer70. First off, we've added additional locations to Custom Arcade: Kashyyyk, Hoth, Endor, Crate, Jakku, and Death Star 2. We are also launching a new game mode, Jetpack Cargo. 2 teams of 8 players equipped with jetpacks compete in this frantic, fast-paced game mode. This will only be available for a limited time, so make sure to jump in and give it a try. Also, for a limited time, we have added 3 new hero appearances to the game, specifically the Hoth appearances for Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, and Han Solo. You can preview them in their respective character customization screens under appearances. They will be unlockable through a series of in-game challenges that will be available over time, so stay tuned to our channels for more information. Guys, that is really cool. I was literally just saying yesterday in a video that these things are the things that they need. They need more customization, more skins for heroes, and I specifically mentioned the Hoth skins, so I think it's really cool that they're adding these to the game. It went on to say this patch brings a lot of balance tweaks and bug fixes to heroes, classes, locations, and game modes. A significant tweak has also been made to dodging, and for the fans of arcade, we've made substantial improvements to AI to make the experience more engaging. Now, I'm just going to go over the hero changes by the numbers, and if you want to see the full patch notes, I'll leave a link in the description. Otherwise, if I was going to read this entire list, this video would be way too long and you guys wouldn't want to see that. Anyways, getting into it, for the hero changes, Boba Fett's jetpack controllability is improved. His EE3 also has reduced minimum dispersion angle from 0.6 to 0.4. It also has a reduced maximum dispersion angle from 1.2 to 0.8. It has increased end damage from 20 to 25 and increased damage drop-off start distance from 15 to 20 meters. So obviously his EE3 is going to be much better after that, and I'm looking forward to testing that out. Getting into the next one, it is Iden Versio. Iden fixed an issue where her stun droid didn't give damage on the first attack. There is also a reduced time between the ability activation and shock, and reduced the damage from 40 to 50. Bossk's Relby V10 has a reduced recoil from 5 to 2.2. His explosive traps reduced damage from 80 to 76 per trap, and his multi-trap fixed the blast damage radius to fit the star card's numbers. So this is really good. I felt like that star card was a little bit overpowered for Bossk, so obviously that's what they were going to change from the last patch. Rey's mind control will have a reduced radius from 20 to 18 meters. Her insight will have a reduced radius from 50 to 30, and her farsight will reduce bonus by 10%, now 10, 20, 30, 40 instead of the numbers that it was. Kylo Ren's force pull will reduce the recharge time from 25 to 20 seconds. His reduced freeze recharge time from 25 to 24 seconds on freeze, and he also has a 40% damage absorption while frenzy is active. This is really cool, and I'm glad they're finally making some changes to Kylo Ren. I really enjoy using him, but he's definitely been a little bit weak in the past, so hopefully this sorts all of that out. Another one I look forward to the changes is Luke Skywalker. He has an increased sprint speed by 0.6 meters per second, increased health from 700 to 750, increased health regeneration from 50 to 110, decreased regeneration delay from 5 to 2.7, and decreased max regeneration amount from 250 to 200. Now this is really cool because Luke's going to be so much more powerful now and a lot more fun to use. Here are the ones we've been waiting for. Palpatine's lightning now will require a sight on target to trigger damage, not only with his lightning ability but also his dark aura. Both abilities will no longer go through obstacles and walls, and while they loved the fantasy fulfillment there, the frustration of not knowing where the damage was coming from was too high not to act on. So the lightning will also have an increased reach of the standard ability from 12 to 14 meters, to compensate for the tighter collision check. And honestly, if you've got the increased range on his lightning, you don't really need that, but in saying that, it's always good to have that balancing the other abilities. A couple of changes to Chewie as well, as we know he's super OP in Heroes vs Villains. His stun grenade will have a reduced shock time of 1.6 to 1 second. His reduced bowcaster side projectiles explosive damage from 25 to 21, and he will also have a reduced furious bowcaster side projectiles explosive damage from 12 to 10. So obviously Chewie has been a massive problem in Heroes vs Villains, so hopefully this helps to balance it out a little bit and less people will just be spamming him for kills. Moving on, we have Yoda. Yoda's lightsaber damage has been increased from 80 to 115, and that may seem like a big change, but I definitely think it is a needed one. He was severely underpowered in Heroes vs Villains. He'll also have increased energy holding time on his Unleash ability from 0.7 to 0.9 seconds, and it will increase the angle from 40 to 45 degrees. Unleash will also increase first tier damage from 100 to 110, second tier damage from 125 to 130, third tier damage from 150 to 160, and fourth tier damage from 175 to 190. Lando Calrissian's changes: his disruptor recharge time will reduce from 25 to 19 seconds, his smoke grenade will reduce from 15 to 14 seconds, and these are really good changes. I'm glad they're reducing the recharge time for Disruptor because I love using Lando and that was the only problem I really found with him. Vader's Focus Rage will now receive 200 temporary bonus health when activating the Focus Rage ability, but to balance this out, his max health on standard will reduce from 900 to 800. So these two changes sort of balance each other out, and I think it's a really good idea. Phasma's staff strikes will increase the animation speed and also increase the transitions between both strikes. That was a huge problem with Captain Phasma in the recent times, so I'm glad they're changing that. It also changed how quickly she can use her blaster after performing a staff strike. Now I'm just going to run through the bug fixes, and that should be the majority of what there is for the heroes, and then we'll get into some infantry talk. Lightsaber closers are deactivated when blinded. Fixed an issue where the stun state would last forever, and the maximum stun duration is now 5 seconds. Luke Skywalker's epicenter will now deal the proper amount of damage when used. Yoda's star cards that weren't working before are now working, and there will be a list of those in the full patch notes if you want to check those out. Finn's Deadeye, the targeting crosshair should be properly removed after the ability has been used, and that's pretty much all of the bug fixes for the heroes. Jumping into the classes, special units, and infantry combat. The dodge ability has been proven to be too powerful, which was not their initial intent. Dodging granted far too many benefits like damage reduction, the inability to transition into a hit animation, ignoring lightsaber damage, and the inability to be targeted by lightsaber closers. In order to handle this, they basically made a narrower time in which you can dodge roll and not get hit by the lightsaber. So now you're going to have to time your rolls better and predict their attacks. While testing the changes, they said they felt really good about it, so hopefully that holds up to their end of the bargain. All classes fixed an issue on the blaster rifles and S5 weapons that you couldn't see the zoom glint when zoomed in. That had problems on highest magnification. That's now been changed, so hopefully we'll get that in the game too. All troopers have now received 2 default emotes. That's nothing huge, just a couple of extra emotes for us, and there will be a reduced time it takes until you can shoot after executing a melee attack. The Vanguard shotgun will lower its start damage per bullet from 14 to 12, and the Assault CR2 fixed an issue with inconsistent super success triggers compared to other blasters. Some good news for you heavy fans, the Supercharged Sentry will be reverted back to the heat per bullet tweak made for 1.1 patch. From 0.17 to 0.15, hopefully that takes it back to where it is actually usable, because I used the Supercharged Sentry a lot before, but after they nerfed it, I stopped using it completely, so hopefully this change is a good thing. The Officer's Blurg 1120 has lower start damage from 37 to 35 and end damage from 20 to 16. I'm super excited about this change, guys. The Blurg was still way too OP, and I'm super happy that it's getting nerfed. You will no longer be able to get headshotted in one shot from the Blurg 1120, which is probably one of the most frustrating feelings in the game. Anyways, that's going to be all of the notes that I'm reading out today. Hopefully you guys got the majority of it and you are happy with what you heard. There will be a link to the full patch notes in the description, so if you want to read all of it word for word, you can check that out down there. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment down below which change you're looking forward to the most. Mine probably is the Palpatine through walls, and definitely the Kylo and Luke buffs. That is going to be perfect when I'm playing later with friends. Anyways guys, I'm going to get out of here. As always, I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you.